You study today, but by tomorrow, your brain retains almost none of it. Meanwhile, in Japan, students are required to memorize thousands of kanji characters before graduating from high school, and they still remember them long afterward. So how do they do it? You may have experienced this yourself. An evening of fairly serious studying, a feeling of reassurance when you close the book. And then, the next morning, everything is empty. And this doesn't say anything about you. It's not because you lack discipline, and it's not because you're not smart enough. It's simply the way the brain decides what is worth remembering. It doesn't prioritize information that arrives at the wrong time. And this is where Japanese students are different. They don't try to cram in more information. They also don't study until they are exhausted. What they follow is a very specific routine, arranged to match the brain's memory rhythm. Not studying more, but studying at the right time. In this video, we will break that routine down into simple steps so you can apply it to your learning, your work, or any skill you're pursuing. Because if the right learning rhythm can help them remember thousands of characters for a lifetime, then it can also change how you remember everything starting today. If you want to discover more interesting insights like this, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and keep watching. Morning preparation. Most Americans believe learning starts when you sit down and open a book. Morning is just about rushing, coffee, and getting out the door. But what if the first hour of your day already decided how much you'll remember tonight? But in Japan, the morning isn't treated as dead time. It's treated like preparing the soil before planting seeds. Students don't try to learn anything new yet. They clean their space, review something tiny from yesterday, and let their mind slowly wake up instead of flipping a switch. This works because the brain that doesn't like sudden pressure. When you wake up, stress hormones are naturally higher and attention is fragile. Gentle repetition during this time tells the brain this matters without overload. One short review is enough to reactivate memory paths that would otherwise fade. Western thinking focuses on output. How many hours did you study? How much did you cover? The Japanese approach focuses on rhythm. Not more effort, but better timing. Learning isn't forced, it's invited. There's also a quiet cultural detail most people miss. Many students start the day in silence. No loud music, no scrolling, just order and calm. That calm creates a sense of importance around even small tasks, and the brain remembers what feels important. So the real lesson of the Japanese morning routine isn't discipline, it's intention. By treating the morning as preparation instead of pressure, memory has somewhere stable to land, and once the day is set in rhythm, the rest of learning becomes much easier to guide. Afternoon study rhythm. In the US, afternoons are where motivation goes to die. People assume feeling tired means something is wrong, so they try to override it. But what if that dip isn't a flaw, but a signal? In Japan, afternoons aren't designed for nonstop intensity. They're structured like stepping stones across a river. Students focus deeply for a short time, then step away briefly before continuing. The goal isn't constant focus. It's repeatable focus. The brain works in pulses, not straight lines. After about an hour, attention drops and errors increase. A short reset allows the brain to organize information and reduce stress chemicals that block memory. Even a few minutes can restore clarity without losing momentum. Western thinking often rewards toughness. Staying seated longer feels productive. Japanese thinking values sustainability. Learning is something you return to many times a day, not something you survive once. A small cultural habit reinforces this. Students often change environments between sessions. Different classrooms, a walk down the hall, a window open. These subtle shifts refresh the brain without distraction. Novelty in small doses keeps memory engaged. So the afternoon study rhythm isn't lazy, it's strategic. By respecting how attention naturally fades and returns, Japanese students protect what they've already learned. And when memory is protected, progress quietly accelerates. Night routine and sleep. Most Americans treat nighttime as the last chance to catch up. If something wasn't finished during the day, night becomes the battlefield. More screens, more effort, less sleep. But if memory worked by brute force, late nights would make us smarter, not foggier. But in Japan, night is not for adding more. It's for closing the loop. Think of memory like wet cement. If you keep touching it, it never sets. Japanese students slow the evening down so the brain can harden what was learned during the day. From a brain perspective, this is where real memory work happens. During sleep, the brain replays and organizes information, moving it from short-term storage into long-term memory. Poor sleep interrupts this process. Even one night of low-quality sleep can weaken recall the next day. Western thinking often celebrates sacrifice. Sleep is seen as negotiable. The Japanese mindset treats sleep as part of study itself. Studying late but sleeping poorly is seen as wasted effort. Rest is not a reward, it's a requirement. There's a cultural detail that reinforces this. Many students follow a predictable wind-down ritual. Same time, same order, lights dimmed, screens reduced. The brain learns that this sequence means one thing. It's time to shut down. That predictability lowers mental noise. So the night routine isn't about discipline. It's about protection, protecting the memories you already worked for. When sleep becomes intentional, learning continues quietly in the dark, and by morning, the brain wakes up holding more than it realizes. The truth is, Japanese students don't remember better because they were born smarter. They don't have a special IQ or a different kind of brain. The difference is in how they approach learning, not in who they are. In the morning, they prepare the brain before studying. During the day, they learn in rhythm instead of pushing longer with willpower. In the evening, they close the loop instead of forcing more. Sleep is protected, not sacrifice. Every phase of the day has its own role. Have you ever studied seriously, yet forgotten everything quickly? Have you ever thought you lack discipline or intelligence? But what if the problem isn't you? What if you've just been learning at the wrong rhythm? Tonight, you don't need to change everything. Just stop studying about 15 minutes earlier than usual. Before sleeping, recall one idea you learned today. Tomorrow morning, bring that idea back without opening a book. One small loop like this is enough. This approach isn't loud and it doesn't promise fast results. It doesn't rely on forcing yourself or staying up late. It respects how the brain actually works. And that's why it lasts. If this way of learning makes sense to you, you can stay with the channel. The next videos will continue breaking down small habits like this. You can also share this video with someone who's learning like you. This is a long journey, not a quick trick. Tonight, you only need to slow down a little.